This is our activation / loaded mobility work. We're gonna go 10 reps for everything and work from the ground up. So, number 1, single leg calf raise. If you have something you can step on to elevate your foot, great. If you don't, do it from the ground. Find something for balance, a wall, anything, piece of equipment in the gym, and we're going through a nice full range of motion with that single leg calf raise. Push through the ball of the big toe, stretch at the bottom, flex at the top. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Number 2, we have a long lunge. So we take a nice lengthy stance and we're using our muscles to pull down. I'm driving my knee forward just a bit. As I'm coming down, I'm getting a big stretch for the hip flexors. Knee drives forward, torso nice and tall, big hip flexor stretch. If you want a little bit more range of motion and challenge, you can elevate that front foot and do the same thing. It's like you're working towards a front split. 10 on each side. Next we have a single leg RDL. So I'm going to pick a leg, in this case my left. Starting nice and tall, I kick back my right. I feel a nice stretch through the hamstring, and I pull back up. I want to keep one long straight line from my heel all the way to my head. My standing leg stays pretty darn straight at the knee. Feel a stretch, come up tall. If you find that you're having a little trouble with balance, grab a wall, grab a pole, anything like that, and you'll have a bit more control. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Really embrace that bottom position, stretching that hamstring. Want to build some strength in that end range of motion. After you get each side, we're going to do the same position with a hip rotation. Here's what that looks like. So I'm balanced on my right leg, I kick my left leg back. Now I'm in my bottom position. From there, I'm rotating my hip down to internal rotation, and then up to external rotation. This one takes quite a bit of balance, so you might need to hold on to something as you perform it. Standing leg stays relatively straight, and my back leg's still active. I'm still one nice long line as I go through internal rotation and feel a stretch through my right hip, external rotation, feel a contraction through that right hip. Next, we have a little shoulder work. This is a Xiaoping. So I have a dumbbell. I would suggest starting with maybe a 5-pound dumbbell. You can gradually work your way up if you like, adding maybe a pound or 2 every few weeks. So I've got my dumbbell in my right hand, palm out, so supinated grip. I'm rotating up, and as I rotate up, I have a little bit of a twist for my torso. I'm extending, big shrug at the top, turning my hand, and coming all the way down. So my palm is forward. When I get to the top, I turn 360 degrees and bring it down. I'm going to angle up just a little bit so you can see the whole shebang. Palm forward, rotate the torso a little bit, and down. We'll do 5 forwards, and then we're going to reverse it. So my back of the back of my hand is leading the way. Back of the hand leads the way on the way up. Back of the hand leads the way on the way down. We want to get a nice big range of motion there. Shrug coming up and really extend back on the way down. Over the course of several weeks, you should feel like you get a much better range of motion with that one because you've been practicing and gaining some strength in that end range. And after that, we have a band external rotation. So I've got my band, nice and tall, supinated grip, elbows 90 degrees, and I'm rotating out. My elbows elbow stays relatively steady in space as I rotate around it. Make sure that your wrist stays straight as well. Usually a fault here is to bend the wrist as you come out. No, 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 keep those wrists straight when we rotate out. Back of the shoulders should be lit up. And that's everything for our activation, load, and mobility. 10 reps each. Check your program to see how many rounds.